Cathy Thomas, and I'm in Orange at the satellite location of Laguna Culinary Arts. And with me is executive chef Cathy Pavlos. Cathy's restaurant is Lucca Café in Irvine, and she's so talented and so wonderful. And she has been invited to take the Complete This Dish challenge and come up with a perfect dish to pair with Marcus Samuelsson's spicy fried chicken with collard greens that appeared in the Orange County Register. And Cathy has come up with a spectacular salad. So Cathy, tell us about your salad.
Well, this is a salad that we like to call opposites attract. And in other words, it's going to have something spicy, something sweet, something pungent, something rich, something bitter, something smoky, a little bit of something for everybody to play off of Marcus's chicken. The only bit of spice that you're going to taste in this is going to be in the spicy candied walnuts, and that taste should linger then on into the chicken. So
we're going to start with a pear.
We're going to start by slicing and roasting the pear.
Right.
I kind of like the texture. That I didn't count on.
You never know till you never know, in, do you?
So we're just going to set these on a baking sheet, and then I'm going to brush them with a little bit of olive oil.
And then this goes into a preheated oven.
Same degrees that you did your candied walnuts, 350 degrees.
Okay.
We're gonna put a little sea salt on that.
Oh, sorry, I'm rushing you here.
Yeah,
Chef.
a little sea salt to bring out the real flavor in the pears.
Okay, and what do these look like when they come out of the oven?
Well, these I just roasted, and these are going to be a nice golden brown. You can see I particularly like the one with the seeds in it.
Isn't that beautiful?
It has a nice look to it on the salad.
And it's just perfectly caramelized.
And that's all the sugar that's in the fruit. Shall we torch our radicchio?
You know what? I can hardly wait.
All right, you're going to take your radicchio and make sure you take all the exterior lettuce off, the exterior leaves off, because you want it to hang together. So if you're doing this for 6 people, you're going to cut it right through the core. Now, you also want to make sure that you get the stragglers. Keep the core. We're going to cut it in 6 pieces, so each half is going to go in thirds.
Looks easy so far.
So far, so good.
And that goes on a rim baking sheet.
Well, you do that because we're going to torch it. You don't want to get the flame on any place other than where you want the flame. Now, if you have a grill, you can do the same thing and just grill them.
Right.
Or even on a grill pan. So we're going to take a little bit of our olive oil again, drizzle it on there. If you're doing this on a grill, you could even dip them in an olive oil. I wouldn't put any garlic or any other seasoning with them, just the olive oil.
And why do you want to torch these, Cathy?
Well, radicchio is a funny vegetable. If you eat it by itself, it's going to be kind of bitter. But once you torch it, it caramelizes it and it turns sweet and smoky. Because
here comes the big girl torch.
Alrighty then.
And you got this at a hardware store.
Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. And what I'm going to do is turn it upside down to force all the gas down to the bottom and put on the lock button. But you want to singe them nicely. They get that nice caramelized, flamed, smoky flavor.
I think you're going to have enough juice to put all these radicchio wedges. Babies.
There you go.
Gorgeous. It smells real smoky.
Okay, now we're going to take the leaves off of the romaine hearts. And now, you just want to cut off this back part. You want to leave this intact because all the nutrients are right here. And also the good flavors there. So I just chop it. You can tear it as well. Since we're going to use it immediately, I'm not really worried about the lettuce turning brown.
Right.
If you are going to do it ahead of time, you might want to use one of the plastic knives or something that's going to work. So you have a nice little pile of romaine. We're going to toss this with the vinaigrette that we're going to make. Now, Belgian endive. You want to peel off the outer leaves of the endive and discard those. And then take just a little bit off the root end so you can separate it easily. Now, what I would do is take, depending on the salad that you want to build, I would use an odd number, either 3 or 5, on all of your plates. The core of the endive, save for another use. It makes a beautiful salad all in of itself. But right now, we're just going to use the leaves. Okay, now we're going to do the vinaigrette. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite vinaigrettes, and it's because it's made with pomegranate juice.
Right.
You want to make sure that you get some with no sugar added,
Right.
No other added ingredients. Any Persian market is going to have this.
Right, and health food stores have it.
Health food stores have it. Whole Foods has it. This is pomegranate molasses, and it's a wonderful ingredient.
And you use this to marinate lamb.
I do. I marinate lamb. We do a lot of things with this. We're also using 2 kinds of vanilla. We've got vanilla extract and the vanilla bean. The 2 primary ingredients in this, pomegranate and vanilla, are going to really pop. Then, if you use 2 different types of the ingredient, you're going to have 2 different areas of your mouth engaged.
Oh, that's interesting. So what are you going to do with the vanilla bean?
I'm going to take the beans, strip the beans from the pod. So you're going to cut right down the middle of the vanilla bean.
And then just pull the layer open.
Open up that luscious vanilla bean to expose the expensive part.
Yeah, all those little seeds.
The little seeds.
Right.
Now, what you're going to do is take your knife, holding the pod open, and you're going to go pass through and scrape the beans off. Now, you want to make sure that you get them all, so we're going to do a couple of passes. But first, we're going to start the vinaigrette. We have 2 tablespoons of chopped shallots. Let's see, what should we put in first? This is the pomegranate molasses. We've got the vanilla extract. We have our pomegranate juice. Now I have honey, and I'm just going to put in half of this, and then we're going to taste it later to see what we think of it. Your red wine vinegar, hence the vinaigrette.
Yes.
And we have a little bit of brown sugar. I'm only going to use about half of this brown sugar.
Right.
You notice I've also used 2 different kinds of sugars, honey and brown sugar in this. Again, for the flavors that we want to pop in your mouth. Blend everything up. So we've got everything nice and liquefied. Now we're going to do some emulsifying.
Right.
So you're going to take your olive oil and you're going to gently pour it into the blender when the blender's on low.
Right, so with the motor running.
With the motor running, and then we're going to do a little Hail Mary and hope that
you can pour a thin stream
we can do
out
that.
of that funky little container you've got there.
Exactly.
I've got my fingers crossed, Kathy.
Yeah, well, I've done a silent prayer myself.
Yes.
Let's put the vanilla beans in, though.
Okay, all right.
And let's just scrape everything out of there that we can.
Yeah. You've got a no-nonsense approach there.
Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
You just got to do it.
Okay. Now.
Okay, here it goes.
All right, a little bit of queso. And a little bit of white pepper. Let's taste this concoction and see if we need to add anything to it.
This is so good you could eat it as a soup.
Oh my, that came out pretty good. Huh?
It is so good. And like you said, it's got a sweet edge, but it's got a real edge of tartness too.
That balances
It's perfect.
the degrees of sugar that we put in
Yeah,
it.
it's delicious.
Then we're going to take some of our our vinaigrette, and we're going to toss it with the romaine.
And you're really coating that nicely with the vinaigrette.
Okay, so now we're going to build this salad. We're going to start with our endive that's on the plate.
Right.
And then we're going to pile our coated romaine on top. Then we're going to add all of the good stuff. We're going to add a radicchio wedge to it. We're going to add our pears to the other side.
So beautiful.
So we got a couple of beets on here.
Oh, yeah. This looks like a meal.
It could be.
It could be. But it'd be great with that spicy fried chicken, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Oh.
All right, then we got our other good stuff. We've got our gorgonzola cheese, which we've got a nice little chunk right here, which we'll place right there, and some of our candied walnuts. Oh, crispy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just gorgeous. Then are you going to put some more vinaigrette on?
I am. What I'd like to do is put a little bit on each of the endive leaves
Ah, pretty.
and a little bit on our torched radicchio here. And we're good to go.
Delicious. Here we go. All right. That vinaigrette is absolutely delicious.
Thank you.
Good job, Cathy.
Thanks, Kat.
Thank you. You made this all look easy.
Well, it was actually.